Welcome back. In this session, our goal is to create a working definition of resilient teaching and use that as a point of reference as we move through the course. In this community-oriented MOOC, we will be working together to build a strong and solid foundation for designing courses that are able to withstand changes to the contexts in which our students learn. With the emergency remote teaching phase in our rearview mirror, the notion of resilient teaching is somewhere in view on the horizon. Our recent experiences have shown us that we will need to design with the possibility that the learning environments that we are designing for are not a known certainty, and indeed with the possibility for learning contexts and conditions to change in the midst of a course. To prepare for this new reality, we are moving towards the notion of resilient teaching, which is very much connected to the idea of resilient design. We have adopted the phrase of resilient teaching to convey the idea that we are moving away from a temporary state to a more permanent condition. We might even say that this new state is a desirable one. So let's begin by examining what we mean by resilience. We can start with a basic dictionary definition of resilience. This one is referenced in Donella Meadows' book, Thinking in Systems, a primer. Resilience is the ability to bounce or spring back into shape, position, etc., after being pressed or stretched. Elasticity, the ability to recover strengths, spirits, good humor, or any other aspect quickly. When we think about metaphors that help us understand resilience, we might think of something that is elastic in nature, like a rubber band. After stretching, it can bounce back and return to its original state. This notion of being able to recover in the face of adversity reminds me of Aesop's Fable called The Oak and the Reeds. I invite you to review it here. While the mighty oak tree stood firm and valiantly resisted the violent storm, the reeds relied on their ability to be flexible and to bend when the winds picked up. The mighty but rigid oak tree was destroyed by the storm, but the accommodating reeds survived. It is this capacity to be responsive to changing external conditions that we want to cultivate. But this notion of resilience goes beyond an individual's qualities or response to a situation. Here is another definition of resilience for you to consider. Resilience is the capacity of individuals, communities, institutions, businesses, and systems within a city to survive, adapt, and grow, no matter what kinds of chronic stresses and acute shocks they experience. So as we will see, we can think about resilience not only as something that individuals possess within themselves, but as a property that designers can deliberately cultivate.